they say everything because they don't mean everything.
So I just kept being like, I need an environment.
White supremacy does not just show up as violence, as death, as bullets, as cars moving at 40 miles per hour. White supremacy and this framework shows up in our laws. It shows up in our policies. It shows up in New York City. It shows up repeal the Affordable Care Act. It shows up whenever they're trying to dismantle policies that are put into place to uplift people who have been systemically oppressed, like black people, like affirmative action. It shows up whenever we ban a whole group of religious people from traveling to our country. That's how white supremacy shows up. In fact, white supremacy kills thousands of people every day. More than the person who lost their life yesterday. God rest their soul. So we're here, together, united, as people who are against capitalism, because we understand. We understand as one serpentine. We understand that the inherent nature of capitalism is death. The wages of capitalism is death. The tool and the vehicle of capitalism is white supremacy, imperialism, and death to people. Because Black Lives Matter.
Brothers and sisters, Marissa Hall from the Metropolitan Anarchist Coordinating Committee.
Thank you, PSA and everyone else who came out today. We need to build a united left to combat this unite the right bullshit that is terrorizing communities like Charlottesville, that's terrorizing black and brown people every day in this country and across the globe. It's essential at this moment that we have each other's backs, that we show care and respect and love toward one another in the streets and in our day-to-day lives. I went down to Charlottesville, and I am not afraid to say that I was in Charlottesville. I'm not afraid to come out, and no one here should be afraid. No one here should be afraid to continue to protest, to continue to speak, to continue to build a revolutionary movement in this country and globally. This is what they want. This is exactly the strategy of the Unite the Right convergence. This is the strategy of white supremacists in the South and elsewhere. They want to put us into a place where we are afraid to walk down the street, where we're afraid to speak, and they're willing, it is very clear after Charlottesville, that they're willing to kill to make that happen. And we cannot allow this to be normalized. We cannot allow this kind of violence to continue. And we have to remember that this is not only white supremacists in a vacuum, but it is white supremacists. The cops are the Klan, especially in the South, but everywhere. And I saw firsthand how that operates, because there was no police perimeter. There was no, state police intervention or National Guard intervention for hours. They allowed white nationalist terrorists to brutalize and kill people. They stood by and allowed that to happen. And this has always been the case, and especially in the South. Going down, you see Lynchburg and you see Lee Highway, and you realize that this actually is Klan country, that these words have real meaning behind them, that they are ready at any moment to commit acts of violence, resistance, because that's what it's going to take to combat this wave, this reactionary wave.
Unite the left!
Unite the left against the right. Maybe we should chant that. Unite the left against the right. 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 Unite the left against the right.
Unite the left against the right!
No Nazis! No KKK! No Fascist USA! No Nazis! No KKK! No Fascist USA! No Nazis! No KKK! No Fascist USA! No Nazis! No KKK! No Fascist USA!
No Nazis! No KKK! No Fascist USA!
So, I want to bring up our next speaker, but first I want to say a couple of things. Capitalism, because like I said, capitalism is serpentine. It has a cyclical effect of death and destruction. For me to have, you can't have. That's just how it functions. So, as the next speaker is, who is running for city council in the District 35 of Brooklyn, a black proud person, a member of DSA also, recognizes that we have to win local elections, we have to win state elections, and we have to win federal elections. Because today, we may not be able to totally dismantle capitalism, but we also have to recognize that our people need us today. We have to make sure people have health care, housing, and that they are protected from a totalitarian state. And Jabari Bridgeport, the next speaker, is doing that work. District 35, Jabari.
Thank you so much, Tawanza, and thank you so much, DSA, for holding this rally. And thank all of you for being here. We are united, and the people united will never be defeated. 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 Thank you, thank you. I saw a lot of things down there in Charlottesville yesterday. I saw some things that were not so surprising and some things that were surprising. So, I was not surprised to see the Confederate flags being waved. And I was not surprised to see the open carry rifles being slung over shoulders. I was not even surprised to see the big sign that said diversity is code for white genocide. But what I was surprised by was the pepper spray and the tear gas that came from these so-called peaceful protesters who wanted to exercise their right to free speech. What I was surprised by also was those of them that weren't looking to attack me per se. They were looking to have any kind of enemy. They were looking to have somebody to fight against. And at one point, when a lot of fighting broke out, I stood there with my camera and I wanted to test to see if they would come after me. And they just looked for whoever was fighting so they could throw a punch. Because deep down they're just angry and they're scared, like Dan said. They're scared because their ideology is bankrupt. It's bankrupt and twisted. And while it was scary to stand there, while there were punches and tear gas being thrown around me, I would say the scariest thing that happened to me were the two attempts to red pill me. And for those of you who don't know what the red pill is, it's an alt-right term. It's the right's answer to what we call being woke on the left. And it's an allusion to the Matrix, where Neo gets red-pilled and again wakes up from the Matrix. So I had a gentleman come up to me calmly and serenely and say, you know what? The real danger to Africans, it's those Muslims that are killing them. Oh. Whoa. It was another gentleman who came up to me, next to me. I thought he was going to attack me, but he calmly and serenely said, you know what? I got no problem with black people, but did you know those Jews are coming out for both of us? Oh. To me, that's the scariest part of the alt-right. It's the gentle, nonchalant dehumanization of other people. It's the gentle shoulder shrug that maybe the Holocaust didn't happen. It's the gentle shoulder shrug that women are inferior to men. It's the gentle shoulder